Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a little Chanel Foundation 101 video. I have pretty much tried all of the Chanel foundations with the exception of two. I thought today I would walk you through my Chanel foundation collection, kind of share with you what skin types might be attracted to certain different ones of these foundations, as well as share my experience of using them on my more mature, dry skin. So without further ado, let's dive into these foundations. Okay, you guys, we are gonna start with the one that I have worn the longest. That is the VITALUMIERE Aqua. Now, this foundation comes in 17 shades, and this one, you guys, I have worn for years and years and years. I have to admit, I just pulled it out recently. I used it in a video for someone who wanted to see it in action and fell in love with it again. This is a very sheer kind of consistency, but it does some sort of magic on your face. It's sort of like, looks like skin, number one. It is a thin consistency, okay? So it's one of these kind that it's gonna be very runny, and it just does not take much to kind of blur your imperfections, and it gives you a nice, healthy, I would wanna say, not necessarily overly dewy complexion, but it does give you, it is more of a water-based foundation, so you are going to feel those kind of hydrating benefits with this tint. This has a water-like texture. It is going to give you that light to medium coverage. I would say you can build it up to a medium, you guys, but the cool thing about this is that because it has this blurring effect in the formulation, you don't really need a lot. This is not going to be high coverage. You're still gonna see some freckles through this. If you need to, you can use a concealer to kind of spot correct there. But again, this is going to be kind of your favorite skin-like foundation. It creates a natural looking glow. It contains hyaluronic acid. And so it's going to be moisturizing, and it has an SPF of 15. Now, just a real quick caveat, you guys, 15 to me is not a whole lot of SPF. I prefer to kind of use foundations without it anyways. So I always apply my own SPF before I apply my makeup. I do not depend on my makeup for my SPF. This is more just like a little bonus SPF, and that's just the way I think about it. You guys, this one is an oldie but a goodie. I can't even tell you how many tubes I have gone through. This was just like my go-to foundation, and I've been picking it up again. I'm so glad one of you reminded me to try it again because I love it. Another thing about this that I absolutely love, I love to travel with this. These little bottles are just fantastic for travel. For reference, you guys, I am in shade 32 beige. Next up, we might as well talk about, this is a new addition, but again, because it is in the little bottle, I thought I would go ahead and share this with you. This is the Ultra Latant Velvet. Now, I never tried the Lumiere one because this is supposed to be geared towards people with more normal to oily skin. This gives you more of a matte complexion. So this was something that I was not really attracted to previously. So it's never even really been recommended to me. So you guys, just want to show you real quick. This one has the kind of shiny cap. So this is going to be more of a dewy finish. This one has more of the classic matte. So that's another cool thing that Chanel does, is they match that so you kind of know what you're getting. This is gonna be your more matte coverage, more dewy, kind of radiant. So you guys, this is a new addition. Someone had asked me to review this, and so I can't compare it to the old version, but I will tell you, I love the new version. And what I was told is that this is supposed to be the same, that they just repackaged this and put the Ultra. So there's other videos, you guys, of people who have used the other one that was their tried and true, and they do feel like there is a little bit of a difference. This guy, I'm kind of surprised, you guys. I really love it. Now, I do not think of this as a flat matte at all. To me, it does have that velvet matte. So it's kind of like satin looking. I like the fact that they have some powders that are kind of oil absorbing. Now, I have dry skin, so I was worried about this. This has not been drying on my skin whatsoever. What it does do is it makes me not have to use powder. So with this one, I will have to use a little powder through my T-zone, versus this one, I kind of don't have to worry about it because I have more dry skin. This has really kind of surprised me as to how much I like this product. This one comes in 13 different shades. Again, this one and this one both have SPF 15, and the SPF in both of these is a chemical, a mix of chemical and physical sunscreen. So if you cannot do chemical sunscreen, these are going to be a pass for you. As well as, you guys, the whole entire Chanel line, they like to include a touch of fragrance in their foundation. I wish they would skip that. So if that can be irritating, I find some a little bit more fragrance than others. But you know what, if that doesn't bother your skin, there is a touch of that, as well as a touch of alcohol in these little guys. So the funny thing about that, you guys, is I consider myself to have more reactive, sensitive skin. These have not really been an issue for my skin type, so something in there must counteract that. Again, want to go ahead and give you that little, give you a little heads up on that. This one is described as a sheer to medium coverage, so it's going to be similar, you guys, to this guy, sheer to medium. This one, though, is going to have more of that velvet satin matte finish. It glides onto the skin just like your VITALUMIERE Aqua, super easy. And you guys, with these ones, I tend to like to just use my fingertips. Just again, it is that really kind of watery texture here. Just easy to apply, very thin, and just very natural look. This is an oil-free formula, and it has 2 skin perfecting affinity powders in it. This has 2 different kind of translucent powders in it. One is going to be giving you that smooth blurring effect on your skin, and the other is going to go ahead and help you control oil throughout the day. So again, when I was asked to test this, I was like, ooh, I have dry skin, I'm not so sure about it. This has been just a beautiful winner for me because it's not a flat matte. This is a really pretty foundation. And I would say one thing, if you do have dry skin, I usually will make sure that my skin is super moisturized ahead of time, or also maybe use some sort of primer that's a hydrating primer before using this. But to be honest, most days when I don't do any of, I just make sure my skin is prepped properly and just use it as is. So you guys, these 2 are really your travel friendly companions, and these both ring in at $50. Okay, we've got one more little tube that we need to talk about. This one is the BEIGES Sheer Healthy Glow moisturizing tint, and this one has an SPF of 30 sunscreen. So you guys, this one again has a mix of the chemical and physical sunscreens, and it still has that Chanel little scent too. Now, this guy is going to give you just a really light sheer effect on the skin. It's not going to have a ton of coverage. It is exactly what it says. It is a tinted moisturizer. I have this in the shade medium. I bought this during the summer months, and this is one of those that again is going to look like skin. And it's not going to give you a ton of coverage. It has some healthy glow booster pigments in it that's going to go ahead and also give you a little bit of oomph to your skin. I find this to be a bit dewy, and you guys, I like dewy. So I like a radiant kind of finish. I do really like the way that this gives my skin a glow. Towards the end of the day, you guys, I do feel almost a little too glowy, if you know what I mean, and I have dry skin. So this is one of these that I do pull out if you live in a super humid climate. I just don't know if this one's gonna be like the right fit for you. I took this to New York City with me, I think maybe 2 years ago. I had just purchased it, took it there, but it's much more humid there. I just remember wearing this as well as the humid weather and just feeling like I was very glowy, almost a little bit greasy looking. But in general, I do really like this one. I need to pull this out more often. And this is actually, I think they kind of market it, they think it launched during the summer months. But I have to say, I think this is a good one during the winter when your skin is a little bit drier and you really want that kind of healthy glow. Because in the winter months when you're not getting some natural sunshine and stuff, your skin can kind of take on a little bit of dullness. So I'm gonna pull this out and I will use this in a video for you guys. These are your 3 travel-friendly foundations. This one comes in at $40 and then these other 2 are at $50. Again, this one is going to be 30 SPF and these ones are 15. Okay, the next one that I'm going to mention is another one that I have worn the longest, okay? So I have, this is the TINT, the Sublimage TINT. And you guys, this is another one of these kind of tinted moisturizers. This daddy is $135. It comes with a gorgeous brush. And you guys, I love it. I have to tell you, this is one of these that I really enjoy using. It just makes my skin look better. The thing I like about this is because I like more of a medium coverage. So with those tinted moisturizers, they tend to be light coverage. This guy, on the other hand, gives you medium coverage, which I adore. So it's gonna kind of cover up all my imperfections. This is one of those foundations that oftentimes people will say, oh, your skin looks so good. What are you doing? Did you just get a facial? And I'm always like, nope, it's the makeup. And this is one that often happens. Basically, you guys, this is the Sublimage cream, which has all sorts of anti-aging ingredients. It has diamond powder in it that's going to give you that illumination. It has an ingredient that's in the Sublimage. It's called vanilla planifolia. I don't know, I'm probably butchering the name of that. But that ingredient is in all of the Sublimage line. And it's supposed to be a plant-based ingredient that's going to leave your complexion radiant, illuminated, revitalized, and also very hydrated. So I will tell you that is how it feels on my skin. It's one of those that you don't feel on your skin, but you kind of get the coverage that you may want or need. And a little bit of this goes a long way. So if you are looking for something that has skincare benefits in it, that's going to be moisturizing and plumping and kind of give you that healthy glow, then you're gonna wanna check out this Sublimage. And again, I have it in shade 32. In the range of Chanel, you guys, most of my foundations will be in that beige rosé. That is what I've been matched to the most. And the other thing I do have to say is that Chanel is super great about giving samples. They will give you all of the samples of these foundations and let you try them out ahead of time to kind of figure out what you also on Chanel.com, you guys, if you choose to purchase that way. and the color is not correct, you have 14 days to return it. They're really good, the customer service. So I have to say that's one thing. I really like my Chanel counter locally. I have friends there that are just amazing, but also Chanel.com. I love their customer service. So that's another reason I tend to come back to this line is, again, just those kind of things make a difference. Okay, next one that is new to me. And again, this is going to be more of a matte version. This is the Ultra Latant, which is their all day long wear foundation. And again, you guys, this one's going to have that matte kind of cap because this is one of their more matte foundations. This one, you guys, is going to ring in at $60. It comes in your traditional 1 ounce of product and a nice, beautiful glass bottle. Now, this one has 30 different shade range. This is probably the best seller at the Chanel counter. This is so popular. Now, the funny thing about this is I ended up purchasing this because a subscriber wanted me to test it out, show it on camera, and especially with someone with more mature dry skin. I have like fallen in love with this foundation, and I would not have normally, again, tried this because of this matte cap. I'm just not someone who really prefers a matte foundation. This is going to be your full coverage foundation. It's going to be your long wear foundation. It comes in a pump. And again, it's got a creamier consistence, so it's not going to be that thin. It's going to be exactly what you would probably expect from a more full coverage foundation. And the thing I ended up loving about this is it is not a flat matte, you guys. Again, this one, I actually thought it took on a little bit of radiance on my skin. So I was expecting something just, you know, kind of almost drying slash matte. Like, this was like the opposite of what I was expecting. I literally kind of fell in love with this. Now, this is going to be for me something that's more on my special occasion foundation. It does have a touch of alcohol in the ingredient deck, and of course it's got the typical Chanel smell to it. You guys, some people just absolutely love it. That is part of like the whole fun of Chanel makeup, is that, you know, it was first a perfume house. So this one has that kind of luxe feel to it. So this is going to give you more of that flawless look, especially like if I'm going to go to some special event and I really want my skin to kind of look amazing. I don't want it overly dewy. I just want that beautiful kind of semi-matte foundation. That's the one I'm going to pick up. This one again is enriched with this a luminous soft focus powder, so it's going to give you again that blurring effect on your skin. That's the one thing I will say about Chanel. There is so many new foundations out there and so many new formulas, but I feel like these guys, they do a really good job on the complexion game. I just think there's just a lot of new kids on the block, and that some of these get shoved out to the side. This one, I always like to laugh, but Lisa D1 always describes this as a yummy foundation because it's kind of got that creamy texture. It's easy to apply on your skin. It feels comfortable, and it gives you a lot of coverage. It's one of the best ones for you to be able to pick out the shade range. 30 different shades. And again, I think it's a #1 bestseller at Chanel. And I'm kind of, this is a little surprise for me. Okay, now we're gonna talk about my new favorite. And again, I am not quite sure if this is limited edition. I'm hoping that it is not. But I fell in love with the Chanel Le Beige. This is the Eau de Teint Water Fresh Tint. So I'm going to admit, I purchased this. I purchased it in the wrong color initially, tried it on, and I was like, this is just like water. Like, it doesn't give me any coverage whatsoever. I was thoroughly disappointed. Then I started watching other videos and I was kind of told, you need to go and get your right color and you'll fall in love with it. And they were right. You guys, this is the most amazing newcomer on the block. So this was launched in the summer, and it just, you guys, it comes out with this little watery beads. And then what you're supposed to do is break up the pigments. So the pigments are housed in the hydrating base, and it gives you the most angelic look to your face. I'm actually wearing this today, you guys. It is one of my favorites. And I teach a gym class on Thursdays, and I don't want to look like I'm wearing a bunch of makeup. So this is sort of like my gym makeup. I'm the instructor, so I feel like I need to look put together. So I love this one. So you guys, I'm gonna give you a little swatch here. I'll be going through all of them. But again, you kind of have to break up the pigments. So you guys, here it is nice and watery, but can you see as I'm rubbing this in, you are getting a little bit of coverage here, and it just is such a pretty look on the face. Now, this one is not gonna provide a whole lot of coverage. As I said, it's kind of gonna give you a healthy, sort of angelic look to your skin. I always feel like my skin looks so healthy when I'm wearing it because it's housed in that water. Now, this one comes in 6 different shades. So again, the shade range is going to be smaller, but again, it's because it's in that, going to provide you with that sheer to medium coverage range, and so you're not going to need to have an exact match. It comes with a little brush, and it's actually quite a nice little brush that you can use to buff it onto the skin. This is the first Chanel complexion tint featuring pigment micro droplets that deliver a water fresh sensation and a radiant, healthy looking glow. You guys, I absolutely totally feel like that's exactly what it does to your skin. And again, it looks so good. It wears very well. So again, the one thing I would say with this one is I feel like my skin is improving throughout the day. It doesn't feel like anything on your skin whatsoever. So you're not gonna have, by the end of the day, feel like, ooh, I can't wait to get that makeup off. It's created with a patented microfluidic technology, lightweight gel texture, versed with ultra pure ingredients for a bare skin effect with 8 hours of hydration and comfort. Your skin will feel refreshed and energized. It does all of that, the claims. I love it. It does not have SPF, and again, I appreciate that in this. This also, to me, has a lighter fragrance. It still has a touch, but it does not have kind of the traditional Chanel exact scent. I feel like it's a little bit lighter. And this one is one of these interesting foundations that, you know, it is a newcomer on the block, but I hope they keep this around because it really does make your skin just look and feel amazing. I'm gonna share my swatches with you and then talk about the ones that I do not have in my repertoire that I've either tried or I have not purchased for a specific reason. You guys, here we have my swatches, and we're gonna start over here. This one's still drying, and I kind of did a large swatch on that, but that is the VITALUMIERE Aqua. This is the Ultra Latant Velvet. This is in 32. This is the Beige Healthy Glow Moisturizing Tint, and that is in medium. Then we have over here, this is the SUBLIMAGE Latent, and this is in 32. Then over here, I've got the Ultra Latant. This is the Long Wear Comfort Foundation, and again, that's in shade 32. And then over here, we have this in light medium, and this is that new Beige Eau de Teint. Now, I'm gonna also link in the description box a video of me wearing all of these foundations. So if you want to see it in action, I definitely have videos on videos using all of these foundations. Now, the ones that I do not have, I don't have the Beige Healthy Glow Foundation, and that's the broad spectrum. SPF 25. You guys, I do not know a whole lot about that. I remember being slightly intrigued by that foundation. Obviously, you guys, I love to buy foundation. For some reason, it was never recommended to me. And that for some, so anyways, I have not tried that Healthy Glow foundation. If you have and you love it, let me know. I've heard mixed reviews on it, so that might be it too. I also do not have the powder foundation. That's the TEINT Ultra TENUE, which is the powder version. And again, you guys, I have dry skin, so powder kind of foundations are not really what I look for. And I also had heard that that powder foundation is actually great, like as powder where you could just apply it for more coverage. So have not used that. I did recently do a video trying, I got a sample of the VITALUMIERE, the actual VITALUMIERE foundation. And you guys, this is a really lovely moisture rich foundation that's going to give you the most gorgeous dewy look on your skin. Now, the deal with that one is there's only 7 shades. I kind of am suspecting that they're fading that one out because they haven't replenished. The shade range used to be bigger and it's kind of getting smaller and smaller. So I could not find the exact match that I wanted for my skin tone. And that one is going to be creamy, comforting, luxuriously lightweight. This fluid foundation instantly revitalizes and hydrates the complexion. It gives you a medium coverage formula, blends effortlessly for the look of perfectly smooth, radiant skin. Now, you guys, when I tested this, I did really enjoy that foundation. I did not find it to particularly have more of a medium to full. I felt like it was kind of, it was, again, it was one of those beautiful Chanel kind of foundations, which makes your skin look good. But I found it to be more of a light to medium, not necessarily give me a full amount of coverage. And I did feel like with that one that it almost had a heaviness to my skin by the end of the day. So that's one that I kind of want to revisit, but because of the shade range, it's not something that I totally recommend to people. And again, that one is $60. Then last but not least is the Chanel CC cream. Now I have purchased that. I purchased it in the old version as well as the new version. And for some reason, there was something in there that irritated my skin a little bit. So it could have been just that I was trying on too many testing makeup at the time. But I used to love the old formulation of the CC cream. You guys, that one had a lot of coverage. It had more coverage than my VITALUMIERE AQUA. So that was kind of the surprise thing. If you are a fan of the CC cream, the CC cream actually has beautiful coverage. It's a little bit reminiscent of like the IT Cosmetics CC cream as well. So you guys, there's something in both of those that I don't know what it is, but my skin gets a teeny bit irritated and I'm so sad because that's exactly what I love to wear, is one of those kind of like CC creams that's going to color correct my skin. It's going to be easy to use where I can just kind of slap it on and give you that kind of radiant glow. So the old version of that, I do remember feeling like it was almost a bit too dewy. By the end of the day, I just remember feeling like a little bit greasy. The new formula, I really enjoyed. I thought it looked pretty, but there was something in it that my skin was kind of getting itchy. I did not like it. And I didn't know if it was the sunscreens, because to be honest with you, you know, obviously I can wear these other ones and they have a mix of the chemical. The CC cream has an SPF 50. Again, I just haven't been able to kind of pinpoint what was irritating in that particular CC cream. But if you guys, that is definitely one I would have to say I would get a sample, try it, because I actually really liked the way that my skin looked when I was wearing it. That one's going to be $55. It's going to have an SPF of 50. It is going to be kind of that effortless look. You can just put it on as like a moisturizer and kind of hit the road. It will even out your skin tone and look gorgeous. So worth mentioning that one. So those, you guys, are all of the Chanel foundation products. I have to say, everything that I have in my collection, I truly love. There's different ones that I will wear at different times. Right now, you guys, again, today I am wearing the Eau de Teint, Le Beige Eau de Teint. I love it. It's a newcomer on the block, but definitely worth trying if you're on the more looking for something sheer kind of light coverage. Then we'll step it up, you guys, and I really love these two. This is the VITALUMIERE Aqua. Between these two, I'm still gonna have to tell you, my VITALUMIERE Aqua is gonna be my #1 because I like a more radiant finish. But this was surprising to me, and I have been wearing this, you guys. This is a really pretty foundation. Really enjoying the way that my skin looks. And again, it's not going to be a flat matte. Now that we have pulled this out, I am gonna use this again, the Le Beige Sheer Healthy Glow Moisturizing Tint. Again, this is a goodie. I just had kind of forgotten about it with all my other foundations. And then you guys, this Sublimage Le Teint. I do love this Sublimage Le Teint. I do have to say I would recommend this for someone at least 45 and above. I do not think this is necessary for anybody who is younger than that. This truly has some of those anti-aging benefits. It is a beautiful foundation. This, to me, felt like a pretty good investment. I still pull this out all the time, and I have a ton left, you guys. So, but I do have a ton of foundation, so just know that I rotate in. So, you guys, this is worth getting a sample. And then, of course, surprise, surprise, I actually really like this. This is kind of one of those that's for a special event. Really want that more full coverage, really flawless look. Okay, you guys, that is the conclusion of my Chanel foundations. I hope you found this helpful. And again, thank you for watching. I'll be back with a new video soon.